Leanne on Facebook just said, feels like the global power structure is being reset. And Kelly on Facebook said, our government looks so weak on the world stage. And you're both right. And it is a reset. And that reset is dangerous. But here's what we're going to have to do. And this is where it's going to get complicated. Jordan, we got on top of these Confucius centers early because Mike Pompeo, our senior counsel for global affairs, was on and was very familiar with what's going on here in various states now. Governors are taking action. We need to find out what these states in our country and these universities and find out the tie-in between them and these Confucius centers or whatever they might be calling them now, because they'll now call them something else. That is going to be something worth finding out.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think what you're going to see is that the Trump administration was putting in place a plan that was going to make this have to be disclosed. And the Biden administration immediately reversed that policy of disclosure. So you're going to have states like Tennessee who could come in and say that their state universities can no longer accept this funding. And by the way, that won't include the private universities. They're taking the money too. But the states will do what they can to kick these off campus in some states, and that's happening in other states as well. Are moving forward with this move. But what is going on? How many professors are being bought off by the Chinese government or having their research funded by the Chinese government so that, in a sense, they have an incentive not to speak out or speak up?
One of the things, Andy, we have to look at is you could deal with it on a federal level through FOIA. Then various states have open records acts. And to find out what communications are going on between state universities and these Confucius centers, Chinese, it probably won't be the government itself. It's probably these centers. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to have to, look, we got to get, we've talked about this. This open records practice of ours is going to grow exponentially because unfortunately or fortunately, depending how you're looking at it, every day we're coming up with a new one that needs to be looked at. And so we're going to get our teams moving on that because that's a big issue. But that's how you do this. You got to follow the money.
That's right, and there is limitless, it seems, monetary resources among the Chinese to perpetrate the institution of what they hope to be a new international order, no longer led by the United States, which is generally guided, and we have, by principles of democracy, respect for human rights, and adherence to the rule of law. That's not the way the Chinese are looking at it. And there are as you mentioned, each state has an open records law similar to the Federal Freedom of Information Act, which we can use to determine exactly what these so-called cultural centers are at state universities, how they're funded, who's teaching at them, what research is being done, what products are being generated, so that we can know on a state-by-state level exactly what's happening.